morning, all of you. So yesterday I have completed storage and warehousing facility. That is the second measure which is taken by the government to improve the agricultural marketing. Okay, today we are going to study the third measure, that is uniform standard weight. Okay, so that the quantity of the food grains or whatever means the crops are being produced by the farmers must have a standard uniform weight, means every farmer must have the same weight for the same quantity of the commodity. A uniform standard weights has been established by the government in the rural area itself. Okay, now under this point, all of you just open your book, page number 291. In that you see, underline the first line onwards. In order to regulate the system of weights, the government passed the Standard Weight and Measures Act in 1958, making the use of government approved weights compulsory. Is it clear? So you can understand that they have made it legal. They have made a law that whatever commodity which are going to be packed of the agricultural stuff need to be weighted properly through the government agency itself, according to the act which is called Standard Weights and Measures Act, which was passed in 1958 itself. Okay, then this much only you people have to write under the third point. Now see the fourth point, all of you, grading and standardization. Okay, one of the most important, what is the grading given to the agricultural product? If you buy any kind of the product which is belonging to the primary sector, that is agricultural sector, a symbol, a sign is there, a mark is there in that. What is that mark? Egg mark, AGMARK, egg mark. So a grading has been provided by the government. That was the fourth step taken by the government of India, taken by the government to do the proper standardization of the agricultural product. Now see the point, all of you. The government has done a lot to grade and standardize many agricultural and allied commodities such as rice, wheat, pulses, coffee, tobacco, oil seeds, cotton, leather, etc. Okay, so a lot of things are being done by the government, okay, so that a proper grading and proper standard grade and standardization must be done of the product which are being produced in agricultural and allied sectors. Okay, like what are the commodities like rice, wheat, pulses, coffee, tobacco? These all products belong to which sector? Agricultural sector. So government has done a lot to put a grade and standard to these agricultural products. So what the government has done? Second point. Grading of agricultural product is done under the provision of Agricultural Produce, that is Grading and Marketing Act. As of December 2018, 222 commodities have been covered under this act. Total how many commodities of the agriculture are being covered? 222. Then what is the grading given? The last is very important. These graded goods are stamped with the seal called egg mark. This seal is the hallmark of the quality. If any of the agricultural product you are buying, and if in that product the sign or the stamp of egg mark is not showing, means that is not a proper graded or standardized product of agricultural sector. The seal of egg mark is the hallmark of better quality of the product which are being produced in which sector? Agricultural sector. So fourth point is very important. Now after that you see the fifth point. Marketing information. Yes, because farmers, I told you, basically are illiterate in India. They don't have a proper knowledge of the marketing. Is it clear? So if you see the Doordarshan channel and all nowadays, you might be seeing that in the local language of the farmers, they are providing information and the news to the farmers about what are the prices which are being charged by the government, what kind of the various fertilizers and pesticides which are available, what kind of the new technologies which are emerging, so that farmers can become aware of that. So what are being done by the government? You see this point. Correct and timely information regarding marketing conditions and prices, etc., can help farmers in planning their production and sales, and also ensuring that they get fair prices of their product. Obviously, if farmers will have a correct information, and this correct information, if the farmers are getting well on time, then farmers will able to plan their production. They will able to plan not only for the production, but also when they are going to sell the commodity, and at what price they are going to sell the commodity, because under these three conditions the farmers are being cheated always. And if the farmers will have a correct information and the timely information of the the commodity and the prices, then definitely the farmers will able to plan. They will able to plan about the production, what they are going to produce. They will able to plan how they are going to sell their commodity, and also they will able to plan that at what price they are going to sell their commodity. Okay, so first point is very important, so underline this line in as the first point in the fifth point, that is marketing information, children. Correct and timely information regarding marketing condition, prices, etc., can help farmers in planning their production and sales, and also ensuring that they get fair prices for their product. Further, second point, just next the line. The government collects weekly data on market arrivals, sales and prices on regular basis. It provides these information to the farmers through public media such as radio, television, newspaper, etc. This is the second point. So what the government does? Government collect the weekly data of the market, that what are the products which are arriving in the market, how many products are sold in the market, at what price they are sold. And by collecting this data, it provides this information to the farmers through the public media called radio, television, etc. Next, third point. In recent years, the government has started a scheme of market research and information network with a view to establish a nationwide information network for speedy collection and dissemination of price and market situation to the farmers. All right, so third point is that in recent years, very recently, the government has started a scheme of market research and information network. One scheme, one program started by the government. What is the name of the program? Market Research and Information Network. What the government started doing under this? Government started collecting information, speedy information, means collecting the information of the whole country in a very lesser period of time, so that they can provide it to the farmers. Last point. Presently, more than 3,200 markets from all over the country have been covered under this scheme, providing information about daily prices of more than 300 commodity. So under the scheme of Market Research and Information Network, how many markets are there under government control? 3,200 markets. And also it helped to provide information about the daily prices of about more than 300 commodities. Is it clear? So this is your fifth point. Now the sixth point, that is National Agricultural Market, NAM, has been established by the government. This is established by the current government, that is the BJP, the Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister, and this is started by this current NDA government, which is called NAM, that is called National Agricultural Market. See, The present NDA government has started a scheme for setting up of a NAM. It aims at, underline from here, it aims at setting up of common e-market platform. E-market, now you see, means farmers can get the information of marketing and the price and the production and the sale through internet also. So means this is something very new and advanced thing which is being done by the present government, okay, that it aims, NAM aims at setting up of common e-market platform to be developed in selected regulated wholesale market in various states, okay. So in the selected, not in the retail market obviously, because slowly and gradually maybe it will reach to the retail market, but right now government has restricted only till the wholesale market, and in the selected and regulated wholesale market. What do you mean by regulated? Regulated means those wholesale market which are being controlled and governed by the government, not through the two forces, demand and supply. Further, this is helping in bringing together different agricultural market, as on 31st December 2017, 470 market were integrated to national platform. And in which platform? E-market platform means 470 market are being connected with the internet facility. Now farmers can, through the internet, they will also able to get the information about the production, sales and prices of the agricultural commodity, which is something very new and very advanced being done by the present government. Okay, the last point, children. So now 6 point, everything you people have to write. See the 7th point, 7th measure. State trading in food grain. State trading in food grain has been introduced to centralize the movement of food grain. Okay, centralized means what? State trading in food grain are being done so that the commodities can be easily transferred from one state to the other state. Now, the foundation or the limitation of the state are being totally abolished when we follow the state trading in food grains, children. Okay, now see, state trading in food grain has been introduced to centralize. This is the main line. Why it was introduced, main line, to centralize the movement of food grains and also to assist the farmers in securing reasonable prices. Two purposes are there for starting state trading in food grain. First purpose, to centralize the movement of food grain. Second purpose, to help the farmers so that they can get a reasonable price of the product which they are producing. Further, state trading is carried out by the food department of the central and the state government. Okay, both the government will carry the functions of state trading in food grain, that is central and the state government, and also by the Food Corporation of India, that is FCI. So 3 governing bodies will be there for the state trading in food grain: central government, state government and Food Corporation of India. Food Corporation of India undertakes the purchase, storage, distribution and sale of food grains in the country. What is the work of the food grain? Food Corporation of India is to purchase the food grain from the farmers, keep it in the storage and then distribute it to the people and sell it in the market. Is it clear? So these things are being done, okay, under this. So children, today I have completed your measures taken by the government to improve agricultural marketing, and tomorrow I am going to start the next topic. So for today only this much. Thank you, children.